Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Rabbithole podcast. Available on YouTube and Spotify and other stuff, probably. Anchor, that's one. So today, we're talking about our experience with the C word. Ooh, that, the panorama situation. We're also talking about Death Note, Eternals, and the sexiest men alive of the past few years. So enjoy.
God damn it. I did really bad this time.
It's fine. Nobody comes for the fucking music. No one comes at all. Why did that sound vaguely familiar?
Because it's Zelda's lullaby with too many extra notes because the guy who wrote the tabs is a fucking chooch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's just a troll.
Okay. No one comes here for the music. Dog, get the fuck out of here. No one comes here.
Music.
No one comes here for the dog either, dog. Fuck out of here.
I come here for the dog. What do you mean?
He looks really sad.
It's the only reason this podcast exists is so that I can vaguely hear that Arthur's around.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. You're such a good puppy.
So what's up, dog?
He's doing that guilty goose smile where he like squints his eyes and smiles for approval.
Like where it looks like he's fucking stoned or something?
Yeah.
Nice. It's a good face.
That's a good one. I don't like seeing Goose in him because Goose is weakness. But I do, he's still cute.
Sure. I like Goose.
Goose is okay. I used to like him more.
Okay.
I'm a pretty big bear stan as far as our friends' dogs go.
Yeah, you really like them little dogs.
Yeah, he does
I guess
remind
Shih
me of
Tzu
Bugsy.
specifically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shih Tzu's the Lord's most majestic creature. No offense,
Okay.
Arthur.
I'm not a fan of small dogs, really. They tend to have little man syndrome. Napoleon complexes going on.
Yeah, I could say that about some little people I know.
You talk about me?
Yeah, you short ass bitch.
I'm 5'10".
I thought you were 6 foot. When did you get an accurate ruler?
Like years ago? I don't
Huh.
know. I've been 5'10" I did fuck up my knee though, so maybe I'm shorter now.
It's true. You don't sound too bad. You just sound stuffed up.
Yeah, today is the first day that I don't feel worse than the day before.
That's good.
So that's a good thing.
That's an upward trajectory.
Yeah, ready for this shit to be over.
I'm smoking a decent cigar because I ran out of my cheap-ass cigar. I was saving this for when I got to buy alcohol again, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon. So can't.
Why?
Well, we're down to one car, and it's just always gone. Can't venture out, and it's Sunday, and I want to smoke, and it's nice out. It's 60 degrees outside.
Wish I could smoke. Ugh.
You could smoke. What are you doing, pussy?
I would die. I'd fucking die.
Dude, my first cigar after I had that savage as fuck sinus infection that was so rough. That was, I mean, I powered through, but it was a challenge just to have the smoke in my mouth, which is, you don't really inhale cigars, but
Yeah.
I'll do French exhales and stuff, get it more in my palate, get that I do smoke sometimes.
Whoa. You some kind of smoker?
I'll inhale it a little bit if I'm feeling feisty.
Nice.
God damn it! I knocked over a lamp.
So I'm gonna try and fucking salvage what I can out of the last podcast, because like your audio's probably better than it's ever been.
It was the best audio I've ever had.
I was so fucking surprised, because I was like, is this Jeff's fucking audio doing this bullshit? And then I turned off yours, and it was just mine, and I was like, holy shit, why is this? What is this static?
I am usually the one who has my microphone next to another microphone, or I have something on, or I'm cooking.
Yeah.
But
you're like hanging out in a wind tunnel, cooking bacon,
Just not. Yeah, I could put more effort in. But last time we did it, I had that new winter coat, which has that winter fleece on it, really long fleece threads, and so that's
you basically just had a dead cat over it.
Yeah, a giant one right next, and it was touching my mic was touching my chest bone. It was perfect. I was still outside. It's just that we weren't running the air conditioner because it was cold, and I had that hella thick dead cat on it.
Hell yeah.
I'm wearing a normal hoodie today.
Ah.
It's 60 degrees. I wanted a little bit of sound dampening, but I also wanted to smoke, so I didn't want to be inside.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So we finally joined the rest of the world. We got that vid.
I mean, I haven't got a test result back yet. They said I should have it tomorrow. But, all these random ass symptoms together is shit that I've never had before, so.
Yeah, it seems like for the Omicron we don't lose sense of taste or smell, so that's cool.
My taste was a little fucked up. I'll tell you, I've had to stick to sweet shit. Sweet stuff is the only thing that I can fucking really taste. So there's something there. If I get a negative result, I'm gonna be so fucking confused.
Yeah, I was nervous about that, so I got the PCR test. I know the rapid tests aren't super good.
I wanted a fucking rapid test, but they didn't have any available for quite some time. So I had to do the other one. Which I guess is fine, whatever. But I guess I get to find out if I get 2 weeks off work or whatever. So that's a thing.
Yeah, I've been feeling pretty good since Wednesday or Thursday. And I'm, I don't like going to that day job anyway, so I'm gonna milk it. I'm gonna take another week off. Especially since I lost a week, basically. I kind of just actually being sick. I've been sick so much this winter, and just might as well, because I did finally get all of my footage from John, and I managed to restore anything that was kind of needed to be updated, and I got all the project files in order, and I had my timeline looking exactly how I left it when I left it. In March of 2020, so I'm ready to go, and I haven't touched it in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know how that is.
Feels bad, especially since John told me I wouldn't have done the project anyway if I had it for 5 years or not, and just kind of I want to do it. I really do want to do it.
Yeah. Well, you got an excuse. You've been sick. Fuck it. That's kind of my shit as well. It's I want to be working on stuff, but I'm just bro, no. No. I'm going to fucking watch anime, I guess.
Yeah, I've been doing coloring books and playing video games.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Not the video games, but the coloring books. On your Instagram.
Yeah.
And TikTok too, I guess.
Where I repost from my TikTok. Yes, my Instagram.
Hell yeah.
Algorithm's been man, when I post a few days of music in a row, I'm easily I'll get 16. It's 600's an easy number to get posting music. I'll get to 1500 sometimes posting music on TikTok. 6 days in a row not missing a post for the coloring book, and I haven't gotten more than 160 views. But it gets there quick. That's what the algorithm thinks doing the coloring books is worth.
Huh.
And then yesterday I got my first dud post. I only got 1 view.
On TikTok?
Yeah, that means the algorithm didn't serve it.
Huh.
That happens once in a while. You don't know which one it's going to be, but even if you're posting a few in a row, it'll just like make you hate yourself.
Yeah, the TikTok gods do that. I mean, it's the fucking gambling thing. It's just like, goddamn Candy Crush and shit, where it's like, haha, sometimes you have to lose, or else you're not gonna want to do it. You're not gonna get the same dopamine when it does work.
I know. I've been working on that Zelda's Lullaby cover, and I was going to put up there. And I'm glad I didn't yet, because it would have gotten dumped by the algorithm.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm going to start probably 2 businesses. One's in the near term, one's in the future term. I got that 96 pack of Crayola crowns, and like it's like Crayola still really only makes 64 colors. And then there's a lot of them is just like, here's a few from our gel pack, and here's a few from our metal pack, and whatever the fuck. Yeah, like even if you get the 120 crowns, a lot of the stuff in the 120 box of crowns is just discontinued Crayolas.
That's dumb.
Yeah, and they still only have 2 shades of yellow, so.
I wonder if they have like Prismacolor ones.
They have Perloid and graffiti. The graffiti, or not graffiti, confetti. The confetti ones are mixed up colors.
Well, I mean like Prismacolor brand, because those things are, for artists.
I didn't know a good brand to look.
The in-between colors.
Because I tried looking up other crayons, and the market is dead. I looked up professional crayons, and there basically isn't. And
Gotcha.
let me see, Prismacolor.
Yeah, they have like the super high quality colored pencils. I don't know if they have like crayons or not.
Prismacolor crayons on Amazon. Low priced Prismacolor Crayolas. It's hard to tell. Doesn't look like it.
Well, I guess that's because most people don't use crayons.
They have their multicolored pastels, which I guess are crayons now that I really think about it. They don't seem like crayons. They're not waxy. Of course, rose art's not waxy, and I don't press that hard with the crayons. I don't know why everybody is doing crayons wrong.
Or maybe you're doing it wrong.
No, I did find one person, because I was interested to see how many other people, because like a lot of when you're growing up, the person who looked like they could color the best did it dark on the outside and light on the inside, and that's how they shaded.
Yeah.
Which is that's not very good lighting sense, but what do you like when you see another 4-year-old shading with
It's just
crayons?
every part of it is it's all round. So along every line, it's a rounded part.
Yeah, I saw someone in the comments bragging about that. This is like, you do the outside dark, the inside bright. If you know, you know. And I was about to get in there and comment. And it's like, just imagine where the light would be in the room. And then I remembered I would be commenting on the internet. You don't want to do that.
Why not?
Because it's stupid. But someone.
Oh yeah.
I used to scrape all of the wax off with my fingernail, so it would be a flat color with no bumps. And this girl, because this is the only advanced crayon technique that's on the internet. She used to crush the end of her pencil eraser to scrape off wax, and now she has a scraper, and that's it.
Huh.
There's one other person who scrapes off wax to smooth it out, and that's the advanced technique. No one. I mean, I'm blending colors. Like there's an art teacher guy who's like, to get people ready to learn how to use colored pencils, we'll teach you how to blend with crayons, and it looks like ass cheeks. This guy's doing a really bad job. Yeah, but I think I should. I don't know how much it costs to start a crayon manufacturing business, but if you can just do 5 of each color, of different brightness and darknesses, and that's so much. Just do 5 of your 24 colors, and
I think the issue here is that most people just don't use crayons.
That's exactly the problem. There's no market.
Yeah.
I was excited.
Otherwise, it would be there.
I was excited to get my pack of crayon, because I went to the Crayola website and I did give them my email to see what kind of coupons might come, And after I didn't buy anything for 3 days, they were like, "We'll give you free shipping on literally any order. If it's $1, if we're sending you one pencil, it's free shipping, and we'll give you 20%. We'll give you 20% off."
Wow.
I know. I wish I made a bigger purchase, but I did get the skin tone pack of crayons. They're only worthwhile add-on products.
Hell yeah.
And I also got, there was a 3-to-1 bundle to get their pearl colored, their metallic effects, and neon colors.
Nice.
Yeah.
So why not colored pencils?
I don't know. I kind of dug my heels in on crayons.
Okay.
Which is so stupid because there's so many, there's so many brands of color pencils that have like 600 different colors and they're still cheap as shit.
Yeah. Yep. It's just stubbornness. It's whatever.
The big money's
Doesn't
in
matter.
markers. I was also trying to, well, it was like for 20 or 30.
Depends on the markers.
Yeah, markers are expensive for good markers.
Yeah. For the really good one, you want alcohol markers for coloring things because you don't get the fucking stupid lines and shit that go over each other and look really dumb.
Yeah,
And
I
those
would be.
things are fucking expensive.
I
You're
would be-
looking at like for good ones, you're looking at like at least $3 a marker.
Yeah, we bought some for my niece because she that weeaboo that animes. She has an Etsy store where she sells color shit and whatnot.
Huh?
Well, she's an artist. She draws and she needs professional markers for her hobby. But yeah, I was kind of
yeah.
shocked by that. I could ask her what brand is the good one, but I'm not going the marker route. I got followed.
Copic markers.
I got followed by an adult coloring book publisher.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now when you say adult coloring book.
Yeah, you know what? That market actually does not mean sexual.
Yeah. I
There's-
know, but I was just asking, is there a sexual one though?
My coloring book's about to get fucking sexual. I did
Whoa.
not look ahead of those pages very carefully. There's no nudity or anything, but there's just like opportunities. I mean, there's to see. I mean, there is one where she's like, she's covered by a blanket and gripping the blanket, and just it's clear that you're having sex with somebody who won't show you her tits, which is I would just kick that person out of my life.
But if people want to see this, they should definitely go follow Jeff Without Pants on TikTok or whatever.
All platforms, including Cash App.
And Instagram and Cash App.
My Cash App is also Jeff Without Pants.
Well, there you go.
But because of the coloring book showing up on my phone and therefore invading my algorithms, I wound up seeing some YouTube content for Kindle Direct Publishing, which I thought you had to buy books to do. Like, I didn't really know how the thing worked, but apparently there's low content publishing on Amazon for things that are under a certain page count, I think, where they will print it on demand with no upfront cost to you. Which is why there's so many of these adult coloring books, is because all you have to do is get on Canva, make some coloring books, and then sell it on Amazon for residual income.
Yeah, I think I probably saw someone talking about that on TikTok back when I had it. Yeah, there's lots of neat little things like that around.
Well, I figured you'd be excited about that since you draw and you could probably make a bullshit coloring book.
Yeah, I bought some coloring books recently too from the fucking dollar store because I'm working on my art skills.
My crayon
I'm
skills
wanting
are
to
starting to pop
learn.
off.
I saw. I'm working on trying to draw shit in like other styles and whatnot. I've been drawing lots of Disney princesses recently, trying to get that style down.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I wish it was easier though, because I haven't like tried to expand to shit that I haven't like attempted to draw in like over a decade probably. So it's really hard getting out of my fucking the way that I always do shit. So even just drawing the fucking eyes for these Disney princesses is really difficult because I've drawn eyes the same way since like 8th grade.
Yeah, it's time to expand, for sure.
Yeah.
I might teach myself how to do it again because I think I'm gonna do. I have Adobe Illustrator and all that stuff, and I like passive income. And I don't know if I'm gonna just do like people's horoscopes and generic graphic backgrounds and see if I can make, you know, small money off doing bullshit, or if I'll go more fun routes, like killing my coworkers and having coffee, and it's just a coloring book of dead coworkers in break rooms, and then someone relaxing with coffee.
That is an excellent idea.
It is.
Now you have to do that because I'm not cutting it out of the podcast, and you don't want someone else to steal it.
I had 10 or 15. I had 10 or 15 of these, but then I want to temper my expectation. If I set the bar too high and do something creative, because if I have to draw a bunch, then I have to remember. It's basically starting cold at this point. I want some of the stupid little local high school art draw fucking horseshits. I used to be able to draw when I was like a middle teenager, and then by like junior year I had stopped trying to draw at all, and then now I can't draw stick figures. It would be a complete relearning, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go on places like Canva, which is kind of like a free Adobe Illustrator, and do words and generic backgrounds, and then I'm going to get some shapes of people. Like if I want to do a coloring book, I'll pick 5 characters, and then I'll get them in different positions, and I'll try to templatize the shit out of it so I can put these together quickly.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then once that empire takes off, I'll correct the gap in the market for crayons.
There you go. Now you're cooking with crayons.
Yeah, I'll bring them back. I'll make crayons. I mean, once people see the opportunities in crayons, how to layer correctly, you know, they'll still not give a shit. This is not happening. I need to switch mediums. I need to get the fuck off of crayons. I've wasted $20, Zach.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, chalk is probably worse, and charcoal is probably worse, but other than that, you probably did go for one of the least used mediums.
Yeah, I've had this talk with myself. It's just so discouraging to sit down and be like, I just picked crayons to give to my cousin on a lark, and then I bought some more crayons because I thought crayons could be fun. And then now I'm having this conversation with myself. It's like you settled into a shit medium. You're playing Piranha Plant again in real life. You can't win this way. You need to pick a better name.
So, as long as you're having fun.
I am having fun. And it's not that hard to manage crayons.
Yeah?
I do wish that Crayola would not put the box completely jumbled up and organize them by shade, but if they did that, they'd have to be honest with themselves that they have 47 reds and 2 yellows, and they need to change how they're making these crayons.
It's true. But honestly, what color is used more often? It's not yellow.
I want yellow all the time. For yellow shirts, for blonde hair. There's all sorts of reasons to want yellow. A lot of those wind up with touches of brown on them. There's gold. They've got goldenrod, and then they've got 2 different metallic golds.
Yeah, then they got like dandelion and school bus, I guess. I don't know what the other yellow is. Just yellow, probably.
Yeah, there's yellow, and then there's laser beam yellow, which is really bright. It might as well be a neon crayon. And then they've got neon yellow.
Ew. Gross.
There's
neon yellow.
There's another yellow in the pearl yellow, but it's not. These things don't just necessarily blend the fuck together.
Yeah.
I was gonna do one today because I think I finally settled on the final editing vibe for the coloring book content, but I didn't do it yet. I'll do one later.
All right.
I'll post tomorrow. So how you been?
Dying.
That's good. It's good to hear.
Yep. Super good. Yep. I've just been watching anime.
Okay.
So that's a thing, because there's, I've had a list of anime and just shows and shit that people are like, hey, you should watch this thing or whatever, and forever. And now I had time because I was sick, so I just watched all of Death Note over the last couple days.
Oh, gay. I was gonna ask if you watched Cowboy Bebop.
Not yet. It's next on my list.
All right. I had a bad time with Death Note because I missed 2 episodes in the first 5 episodes, like within the first 5 episodes. Because when it came out, when it was new, I was still in high school and I was still doing whatever Adult Swim told me to do. But I remember distinctly not really liking it that much, and also hating the weeaboos because it was hard. It was hard to love anime back then because you had to talk about anime with the people who really loved anime, and I was. That's also why I wound up not becoming an emo kid, because the emo kids were terrible.
Sure. I guess. I was one of them, but alright.
You were a goth kid. Don't stoop down.
I mean, I was a lot of things.
Sound like a poser.
Yeah, I was one of those too, bro. I was everything.
Okay.
Not really. Nah, because it was like a switch from, like, I was a goth kid, like, in middle school and shit, and then it was kind of like whenever I switched from Western Heights to Mustang, goth wasn't really a thing in Mustang, so I started hanging out with the fucking emo and scene kids, and that was kind of the closest thing to it.
That sucks.
So that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, we had them take over Horn Lake Middle School and high school. It was kind of hard to watch.
Yeah, I guess.
Seeing kids
Doesn't bother me so much anymore.
They took my goth culture.
Well, you weren't gothing hard enough.
That's true. I was a closet goth. I didn't really goth at all.
Yeah. And I'm sure there was plenty of other closet goths, and they were just like, nobody else is goth. You should have been the guy.
I should have been a pioneer. I was a pioneer of being a total asshole to people. That was most of what I did. It was funny. In the classes where I wasn't completely like the quiet weirdo, I was the class clown. So.
Yeah.
Did you like Death Note?
It was kind of like rough getting into, because I didn't really know what it was about, apparently. Like, I just was not at all what I expected it to be. And immediately I was like, bro, the fucking main character sucks. I fucking hate this guy so much. He's like the worst person ever. And then they introduced like another character that was also like the worst character ever. I was like, bro, these people suck.
I think I know 5 Eternals that would give them the run for their money.
Maybe. Some of them do suck. But yeah, like the first like 2 arcs of it gets really good, like the cat and mouse shit between like the 2 main people or whatever.
I did like the suspense.
Yeah, it gets like really good, and the writing is fucking excellent. Just like tiny details that are just peppered in here and there, like come back, and it's like, whoa, did not expect that. But then you get to arc 3, and it's like, all right, now everything's fucking weird and shit. And then L dies, and it's like, what the fuck do they do now? This is dumb. And then the 4th arc, like the final bit, was like, the whole story of the final arc just was garbage until the end. But then it ended cool, I guess.
The final arc, is these like different characters or like different... I guess there were new bad guys every season.
Well, the thing was like, so the main rivalry here is, you know, you got Light, who's the main character, who's the fucking villain of the story. And then you got L, who's like the main investigator trying to find him. And then L dies at the end of arc 3. And I was like, there's no way he's fucking dead. Like, they dropped in all these little hints, and it's like, he probably faked his own death. This is going to be crazy when he comes back. And then he doesn't come back. And they introduce 2 new characters that are, like, supposed to be his, like, fucking proteges or whatever. And they fucking suck. And then they're the ones that fucking figure out that Light is the fucking villain and everything. And then, kill him. And it's like, well, that sucks. Glad he's dead. They almost didn't do it, and I was gonna be real mad if he got away. Because at that point, you really see, because, like, this whole show is him being so fucking smart, and they're just, like, going back and forth this whole time. But at the same time, it's just, like, this dude is such a fucking, like, sociopathic, just asshole who's just manipulating everyone and doesn't give a shit about anything. And then at the end, you finally get to see him just, when he's finally found out and finally just beaten, just how pathetic he is as a person. And how much of like a fucking little crybaby he is as he's being killed, I guess.
Okay.
Overall, pretty fucking, pretty cool, really violent, surprisingly bloody for only being like fucking TV 14 or whatever. Mostly really good. There's just like parts where it just feels like this was unnecessary.
Like the Eternals.
Yeah. Sure, you want to talk about the Eternals?
Not really.
Well, too bad.
What did you think of the Eternals?
I had issues with it, but overall I liked it.
What's the fucking point?
What do you mean?
What's the point?
Be more specific.
What's the point? Why are we here? Why are we watching? Why is this 2.5 hours? Why are we watching this?
2.5 hours because it has 8 main characters for some reason.
Who the fuck are these fucking people? Are there 8 main characters? Because I'm not sure who was supposed to be on screen when and not. And like, did Kamal Johnny actually lead? Did he not fight? Was he not in that fight at all? Did he really? Why? How's he part of the team afterwards? It's fucking stupid. And Druig sucks. Like, why are we getting a false villain like that? That's not even being pretended to be a villain. You just so stupid. I mean, who? I don't. Did we learn anything about anybody? I liked Gilgamesh, and then he fucking died.
Yeah.
I guess Angelina Jolie was my favorite character.
Weird.
Well, she's the only person. She's the only person who has a character in the show. So, yeah. Then all she does is smile, sometimes look kind of horny, and cut things up. That's at least she wants to fight. She has a motive. She wants to fight things.
All right. I'm not really. I don't understand specifically what your issue is.
It was boring and stupid and long. It was boring and stupid, and we had to see these people. we might have to see them again. They're gonna be on screen, and they're the most generic ass super team I think I've ever fucking seen. They seem like the parody of a super team that comes to fight a comedy super team. Seems like something I would see in Dexter's Lab. I don't. Who cares? For 7,000 years, nobody did anything cool except for Kamal Nujani, and then like, I don't know what. So dumb. And I don't know if I don't think that lady was really reading those books. It seems like she was skimming. And then she's not smart or anything for it. She's just bored. She can't get TV out there. That's stupid.
Maybe she just likes to read.
Was she trapped underground in that spaceship? And also, how small slash...
Just there.
Because when they were flying the spaceship in front of the sun, it looked like it had an impossible scale. It was easily multiple planets wide to be taking up any space in front of the sun. And then it landed on Earth, and it wasn't that big. CG artist looking at you.
That might just be a scaling issue.
Yeah, it's just not accurate. It's just they didn't think about a lot of the things that they were doing.
Okay. I did not have that many issues with it. That's
I think there were
that's
there
pretty
were a lot of
specific, I
small
guess.
plot issues that happened. Like everything was 7,000 years ago, even if it just said it was 5,000 years ago. It's like the actors didn't really know what was going on because the writer didn't keep track of their timeline. Yeah, and I don't. What was the point of separating the orb into bracelets if they were, like, why even waste time doing that? They're just connected to the celestial anyway, and it doesn't, and they're not powerful afterward. Yeah, but does she get to keep the power from being connected to Omicron or whatever the fuck big guy? The,
I
just
don't know because
so
that's just
stupid.
one of those fucking things that's in superhero movies and shit like that where it's like we're gonna do a thing and it's not really quantifiable because we don't have time to compare it to a bunch of other things, so you don't really know for sure.
Yeah,
That
slim
shit
it
happens
down.
in like all these things.
There was so many fake stakes, fake solutions, fake thing. It was yeah, and then they just got back. Most of it was just them barely showing up to places to get back together, and
Yeah,
then flashbacks we didn't care about.
yeah. Which that's kind of the main complaint that most people had was like for this movie to have this many characters and then not even being like most people are like, why wasn't this a show instead of a fucking movie? Because then at least you'd get time to give a shit about the characters and actually know what their deal is.
I could have been there for the actual 7,000 years and not given a shit about these people.
Well, I feel like that is an issue with the fact that the movie is too short to have 8 main characters.
Was it 8? I guess. I don't know. Maybe they should have
Pretty sure
killed
it was
more.
8.
They should have killed Sprite. That's the first thing I killed.
Uh,
Why even have that
but
storyline in there?
which storyline?
Or Sprite, the whole thing.
Just the character in general.
Take her out. I'm trapped in a child's body. I want to. Dude, you were pretending to be an adult woman at the bar. I think you have your solution. I don't know. Even then, don't make her be a mortal human. Just make her fucking. You don't even have to make her taller. Just go get her implants. Like, she's clearly a mature adult human. Like, but yeah, I don't know. It's not like she was trapped in a tent. Like, I guess she's going to school. You could have done more with your powers, Asian woman. You could have done something different than make her immortal. Like, what kind of, I'm gonna change this giant space rock into a different fucking rock, and that's gonna kill it and not change the mass of the Earth. And by the way, I'm going to take your cosmic connection to immortality away and turn you into everything's the same, but you're a girl. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Yeah, it would have been better for them to find out that they had been lied to about the scale of their powers, and that just be something that sticks with them. Her specifically.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of like small things throughout this movie that I was like, there are better ideas that you could have done with this. Like with the fucking deviant thing, like I thought it was really annoying that they just like killed it and that was the end of it. Whenever it just felt really obvious that it should have been there was more to that since basically they were both created by the fucking Celestials and shit. And were just lied to about what their deal was. Like it felt like there should have been like a team up or some kind of shit there at the end, but
I don't know.
whatever.
Because that thing was basically turning into Ultron, so I guess they had to kill it.
Yeah, I think it should have been a team up situation. Whenever it started talking, it was just like, why we have the same fucking enemy? Like, this is dumb. But yeah, I get it. Like a lot of the characters, there wasn't enough to them to be fucking anything. And a lot of them were just kind of fucking, almost like caricatures of specific things. But, I like what it has set up because I like the fucking space god shit that that it sets up for the future.
Yeah, the
Including,
scale,
like,
the scale on
Eros
on
and
the.
shit.
Oh, is Eros a cool character?
Yeah.
Okay.
Star Fox.
Well,
Um,
okay. As long as
and the Black Knight.
why didn't we get him? Why don't we just do Eros then? Well, I guess they would be a similar thing, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they had to introduce, like, how the Eternals are in the MCU. Because this is different from the comics, for sure. Because the comics, they kind of... surprisingly, in the movie, they're all more unique than they are in the comics.
Is this a series of comics that people enjoy?
Some people. It's not like fucking Spider-Man or anything like that. It doesn't have like a massive audience.
Yeah, because the
I
characters
think
aren't good.
I think it's more enjoyed for just the fucking kind of how I feel about the movie, just expanding everything, making, going into like all the celestial stuff.
Yeah, we have actually a good
and the artwork.
Physics will actually create stars just like naturally. We don't actually need giant robots that, while they're being born in a planet, are smaller than a planet, but then come out to be orders of magnitude bigger than planets that don't make, because, I don't know, space geometry.
Yeah, but you can't let that bother you. This isn't trying to be scientifically accurate here.
Would have been a great place to stick some H.P. Lovecraft to see that thing coming out of the sea, and then have like cultists somewhere.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
I feel like the Shang-Chi's 10 Rings comes from the Celestials, the more I see a lot of their technology.
Yeah, no, they might do that. That could be interesting. I'm also excited to see the fucking Black Knight stuff.
Yeah, Jon Snow
Which is-
got that sword.
Yeah. And then the mysterious man who was like, don't do that, or whatever the fuck he said. Which the mysterious man, they fucking already said it's Blade, and I don't know why they didn't just fucking say it. Blade.
I'm down for Blade. Blade's cool. See, because that's a character that's unique and fun and interesting. Well, I don't want to keep throwing around the word unique blandly, because it's not like these people are target employees. They're, it's space androids. That's fine. Like, they're just boring people.
Yeah. I think that's kind of the other thing that, yeah, because they're not human, and they're kind of hard to fucking latch onto emotionally, I guess.
Yeah, 7,000 years. I think you found your purpose. You're a teacher, you stupid bitch. You go teach kids. What are you doing?
Yeah, because they speak about stuff, because they keep speaking about everything from an outside perspective constantly, and it's like, you're fucking part of the world now, you fucks. Like, it's not a they, it's an us thing. Like, so whenever they're always looking at shit from an outside perspective, it automatically puts up a wall where it's like, well, we're who they're talking about, I guess. I don't know. It makes it hard to connect with those characters.
Yeah, they could get
whenever
in the
it feels like
spaceship
they're
and
above
leave.
us. Yeah.
There's fantasy
Yeah.
nerds who like the sword and sorcery. I mean, like, they're not really doing any magic, I guess. I don't know. It seems like sci-fantasy people would enjoy this.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, looking at most of the reviews and shit, like, yeah, most people have like similar complaints, but then it's really just like, if you're looking at stars, you got like a shit ton of 2 stars, and then the people that like it are like 5 stars. Like, there's not a lot of in between there. But,
I'll give them credit for not being incredibly British, since they had to be fantasy people. And they could have talked like they were in Lord of the Rings the whole time, which they didn't do that much, that bad.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I also want to give it credit because it doesn't feel like the rest of the MCU.
It felt confusing. If
It
yeah,
doesn't.
and
It really.
I called Icarus killed her the second that I saw her. The second he got next to dead Selma Hayek, I was like, he killed her. He's a dickhead.
Good call.
Yeah, with my mother as my witness. Literally, I was watching it with her last night. I think she seemed a little bit discouraged by how much I didn't like it. I think she might think it's a 3. I straight up was bored and don't care about these people or their goals or what they did. And I didn't find all the exposition about like it's a lot of lore to dump into a movie, so I really don't
Yeah.
care about it. I also would hate to watch it unfold slowly. The only thing that they could do is give us a TV series where we learn to like these people somehow. But even then, I feel like my time would be wasted because fuck these guys. They're stupid. I don't like them that much. I don't think I ever will. And I really wish Druig would have died or been a villain or something. He was the villain we wanted. I don't like the twist. It's not even a real twist. Nothing happened.
What twist?
That flyboy was the villain.
Oh, okay.
That-
mean, I was fine with it.
It was constantly people with like, I've got a totally worthless 7,000-year-old secret. I've been doing nothing this whole time. I don't even watch movies. So dumb.
Huh? Yeah, I feel like, I mean, that's the thing though. Like you're saying, like if it was a TV show, you probably wouldn't like it or whatever. And I'm just kind of like, I feel like if it was a TV show, then the characters would be different.
Anybody
I feel
can
like
do
the
that.
reason why I feel like the reason why these characters are the way they are is because there's not enough time to do a lot with them.
Yeah, you could do that with any show, and that would be the thing. That's kind of what it says. Like, I might enjoy watching these characters flesh out and become real characters, but their core story isn't interesting. Their history's not interesting. Like you could make me like somebody for 10 episodes. That would piss me off too, as I know that season would only be 10 episodes. But yeah, it would they're totally pointless. Let's just get them out. Let's just stick with Guardians of the Galaxy. We're good. We've got space.
Nah.
We've got space. We're good.
Well, I like this movie, so I'm gonna
fuck
vote
you.
against that. I want to see more of what happens next, because this was just kind of like, I mean, that's the thing. This is basically an origin story. Anything that comes after this with these characters is going to be way more interesting now that the shit has been stirred up, and we've gotten rid of some of these characters that were less interesting.
Yeah, Sprite's in school. I wonder if she's Spider-Man's age.
That would be fucking crazy. I didn't even think about that.
They can't do anything with that.
God
I mean, they
damn
couldn't
it.
even
What
let
the fuck?
Zendaya be sexy in those movies.
Uh.
I didn't drop a call. You dropped a call. I got his voicemail.
Hello.
I didn't drop a call. You dropped a call.
Yep, that was me. It was an accident.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think they would let them do anything because like they wouldn't even let Zendaya be sexy in these movies. But you know, Spider-Man and Sprite be a thing.
Well, I just think it'd be funny if she's just like in the fucking background randomly.
They could be friends. I don't know what age they are. Or Sprite
Well,
could die.
Spider-Man's in college now, I guess. So.
Oh. Yeah, they didn't say what age. Like, one, we don't know how. Well, I guess we know that she's 7,000 years. Well, I guess we know that they're all millions of years old. I don't know how old she is supposed to be in her corporeal form.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's in
matter.
school. Well, what was Sprite doing for money? I guess she was just leeching off of the teacher. Do they have to have
Yeah.
money? They had an apartment.
I mean, she could probably just rob people.
Probably.
I mean, she doesn't really have her powers anymore, I guess. So
That was not made clear. She could still
I
have
guess
her
that's
powers.
true. She might. Huh. I guess
Yeah.
they can decide that in the future whenever they figure out if they want to do anything with it.
Yeah, and they said her life would be fleeting, but that doesn't mean her life will be 100 years if she still has a cosmic power connection. She could be getting cancered up, dude. She could be getting so much cancer. She's in a human form and connected to the cosmic energy.
Damn.
And that's the ending I would pick.
Yeah, monster.
Yeah, it's just 6 months later, and she's a fucking raisin, and she's dying in the hospital.
Yeah, Cersei just did it wrong. That was the problem.
Yeah, she didn't think it through. And she can't change it back because she only conveniently had the ability to change her for 10 minutes after the time that her power upgrade. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make any sense. Because she got the, all right, so she had the power up the first time when she got the golden bead. She got the thing from Selma Hayek, so she can turn sentient life, which is such a throwaway condition on your powers. Like, oh, I can't change sentient life. That'll be important later when I change sentient life, and we don't know why.
Oh god, I fucking hated that so much. That's one of the most annoying fucking things in this movie because they just say, "Oh yeah, you can't do that," and then she does it, and then it fucking that's how they save the end or whatever the fucking world. It's like, wow. So you just fucking lied to the audience immediately.
Yeah.
Nice. That's all that was.
So lame. The whole lot of the movie was lame. It just didn't. I guess I can't fault people for liking it. I wasn't. It was probably another one of those things where I really wasn't in the mood, probably, because I didn't get swept up in anything at all. I was not that. I didn't check my phone or anything. My sound was off as it always is. I watched the movie, but I didn't get engaged.
Yeah.
But even Shang-Chi, I wasn't that engaged in Shang-Chi, and Shang-Chi was pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel like this movie is like that's the thing. Like everybody always talk like this movie is like really dense. It's fucking exposition out the asshole like constantly.
It's not even
I feel like
smart for
that's
how
kind of
dense
the-
it is.
No, because they're just telling you this is how this part of the fucking universe works essentially. I never said it was smart, just dense. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like it feels like a movie. Like I'm not gonna go back and watch this one often. I can tell you that. Like out of all the MCU movies, if I'm gonna go watch them, this is not gonna be near the top of the list.
Oh, I thought you said you were gonna rewatch it. I was like, what? Zach.
No, I mean, I would rewatch it, but just not. This is not going to be a top pick at all. Like, this is not one of the ones that's like, this one is super entertaining. It's like this one is. I'm more interested in what comes off of this than I am in this movie itself. I'm more interested in the potential of what we can see next.
Yeah.
'Cause it's kind of the same way with a lot of these fucking like first movies. You know, they show you here's the character, they now have their powers. What happens next is way more interesting than the first story.
Yeah, they nearly wrapped it up in a bow. I am interested. I mean, they're separated now. They're all in space technically, and now we have Star Fox. So that's interesting. They're gonna go on a quest. We know what quest they're going on.
Yeah. They're gonna go fucking fight some Celestials, I guess.
Yeah, at least the one who can fly can breathe in space. Or doesn't need to breathe, one of those.
Yeah, I think they can probably all breathe in space just from whenever Arishem at the end fucking pulled Cersei into space. I feel like they could probably all, because they're technically robots, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe they can all fly and they just don't know it yet. They should have Hephaestus just rip them apart and take a look.
Yeah.
Or maybe an Eternal
And,
they don't care about.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just looking forward to the future, I guess. Plus, I was like, yo, this fucking celestial coming out the Earth, his weird fucking head reminded me of Galactus, like, a lot. His helmet.
Yeah.
And, like, with the size and shit, I'm like, bro, this is just... That's the other thing. Like, looking at this shit, I'm just sitting here looking at it like, they're doing the crazy shit in comics right now. Like, think back to 2004, whenever... Or 2005, whenever the Fantastic Four movie came out with Galactus, and they were like, he's a cloud, because nobody wants the giant man in a helmet trying to eat the Earth. It's like, bitch, we want the giant man in the helmet. That's the point.
Yeah, I want the giant man in the helmet. And we got it.
Yeah.
And just, you know, he just looked like a regular robot. I thought he was Ultron. I thought it was a multiversal Ultron.
Cool.
That would have been cool if it was multiverse Ultron.
Yeah. Just, oh, here he is. Dude, that would be crazy. They just fucking dropped that into a movie randomly because it like, he went through all kinds of fucking universes in the show, so it'd be so, and destroyed a whole bunch of them. Just randomly drop them into a movie and fucking kill everybody.
Yeah, I'd like to see. I'm more
That'd be
interested in
nuts.
how the magic people play with these characters and these universe and kind of the new rules for the power structure that just happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I also want to see, like, the movies just talk about the fact that there's a fucking celestial head poking out of the ocean now, and, like, the fucking hand.
Yeah.
Because that's just there now.
So when she turned that
Not
bus,
for sure they would mention that in Spider-Man, but they didn't.
when she turned that bus into rose petals, there wasn't nearly enough rose petals to replace the mass of the bus.
Yeah, and I was also like, where are the people?
They had just a bus driver.
Yeah, well, I guess he's rose petals now.
No, he rolled out of the rose petals. They showed him
Oh,
stand
okay.
up. Because that's what I thought. Is like, she just turned that guy into rose petal. That is fucked up. Again. But that raises the question, did they just significantly change the mass of the Earth by changing that robot into marble?
Yes, but it's okay.
Okay. As long as it's okay, sure.
Yeah, because also Arjum showed up there, and just the size of him would have fucked everything up. And then I'm pretty sure he fucking disappeared into like a black hole situation, so... Yeah.
Conservation of matter would tell us that no matter what you made that robot into, he would not, all of his mass has always been present, so it's not changed. But also, there should have been way more rose petals if that's true. If she's just not fucking things up like that.
Yeah.
I don't expect
well,
them
we
to nail
already know this
physics.
shit's inconsistent. Fucking Captain America's shield, fucking Ant-Man, it's all inconsistent.
Yeah. Well, Captain America's shield is plot armor, so.
Yeah, and so is fucking Ant-Man's mass. He's supposed to have the same mass. When he's Giant Man, he should just float the fuck away.
Yeah, it's true. Is he a 180-pound man or not? Well,
I would say 160 pounds, probably.
that's true. Paul Rudd is 5'4".
Whoa.
I don't
Maybe
know.
even less.
Yeah, I don't know that for sure. He could be I mean, he got sexiest man of the year. He could be taller than I think.
I would say he's probably about 3'7".
It's a rough year. He's the sexiest man.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
He's
The
handsome.
fucking Everything's and he's been handsome since he was born, apparently.
Yeah, he's dorky and lovable.
Yeah, and that's a thing that women like now, I guess.
They always have. They don't take that guy serious. But they, that works. It's effective.
Yeah.
I might fuck him. I don't know. It just, they usually go with a different direction for sexiest man. I'm proud of him. I'm glad that he was picked.
Me too. Who was the one last year?
I don't know.
Well, maybe we should find out. We can just look at all the sexiest men.
It's what I feel like I always do, but okay. Sexiest Man Alive 2020. It was Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, okay. I believe it.
Yeah, me either. Man, that guy's
2019?
not famous anymore.
Childhood Legends?
Yeah, definitely not. Let him finish growing his chin first. Not happening.
2018 was Idris Elba. I'm down.
That makes so much sense. Yeah, I agree with that. Oh, and then it was Blake Shelton. Get that pervert a fucking van.
Gross.
Ugly looking fuck. Jeremy Renner ass looking fuck. 2016.
The Rock.
Yeah, but the article I'm looking is talking about the Paul Rudd thing, so it confused me. Paul Rudd's 52. How about that shit? 2015 was David Beckham. And in the same year, Keanu Reeves was retroactively named 1994 Sexiest Man Alive. I didn't know they could do that.
Me either. Maybe we should just change them all. And then Chris Hemsworth was 14.
Yeah, I don't want to go back anymore. I feel like we can stop on Hemsworth. Look at that beautiful hair. I'm so glad he's not doing that anymore. I didn't know 2014 was the early 2000s.
Yeah, it's not. That's the early 2010s, I guess. Mid 2010s.
Yeah, I'm just looking at his hair, though. Feathered and
Oh,
fabulous.
gotcha. Yeah, it does kind of look...
He's ready to drop the kids off at soccer practice.
as you do.
Yeah.
Those kids got to play soccer. What else are you
Yeah.
going to do?
Or they'll get fucking fat.
Yeah, we don't want fat kids. Gross. Michelle
No.
Obama would be fucking pissed.
I played soccer and look at me. Doing great.
I played soccer at recess, but I was a goalie
Oh,
because I was a big boy.
I played
No running for me.
Yeah, I played forward until I couldn't. Until one year I showed up fat, and there's no timeouts in soccer, so I had to do like it was pretty clear halfway through the first quarter I wasn't making it. And then from then on I played defense.
Yep, that's how you gotta be.
Yeah, we already had a pretty decent goalie, and I don't know. I guess my hand-eye coordination's not as good as I think it is, so. They told me because I was 5'9" in 6th grade, so.
Damn, you were short.
Yeah, not for 6th grade. I was chunky. I was
5'9",
chunky
short
and I
as
was tall.
fuck, bro.
Bitch, you're almost 5'9". You're a grown ass man.
I'm 5'10". And
Yeah.
I've been 5'10" since I was 4 years old.
Okay. I don't remember exactly how tall I was. I do remember being tall though. I've always been pretty tall. So yeah, just they told me play defense in soccer. If there's a contest for the ball, it's okay to make just body contact, no hands. So I just let kids run into me.
Oh. Well, there you go.
Yeah, it was very effective. So Eternals is a 1 out of 10. What else did you watch?
All right. Boba Fett. That's a thing that's happening. Book of Boba Fett.